Hi, my name is Ariel, and I'm a research scientist with the MIT City Science Group. It appears to me that I'm almost the last thing standing between you and your lunch, and with great power comes great responsibility. But if you do have some time over lunch, I want to encourage all of you to come down to the third floor to our demo space and see some of the work that we do. I promise it's an eye candy. Our lab demo space is where we design, build, and deploy a whole slew of urban innovation technologies. And quite frankly, it's always on, 24/7. Now, I know it's not the most climate-sensible thing to say in this climate-themed event, but we keep the lights on because we never know who might show up. It could be the king of a Northern European country or this group of high school students from South Boston, for which to one of them, this visit might be life-changing. But in this one gray morning in February 2020, I woke up, put my COVID mask, took my COVID test, and turned the lab all off. It just made no sense to us to keep the lights on when no one in the foreseeable future was about to visit us. But of course, I was wrong, not the first time. And 2 days later, I got an urgent call to have another group of visitors, the last one. Just for reference, we already shook hands using our elbows for that meeting. But they came from Israel, and specifically from a vast region in the south of the country, occupying 1/3 of the land called the Negev. This is that biblical landscape that connects Africa and Asia. Now, why were they so eager to meet us? What was so important? So to understand that, we need to talk more globally about Israel. So when you think about Israel, and let's put politics aside for a split second, you think about, in many cases, words such as entrepreneurship, innovation, startups, high tech. And indeed, over the past few decades, Israel was doing very well on that BITS side, creating a lot of innovation and technology. But when it comes to the bricks, our physical R&D, Israel is still struggling. According to the OECD, Israel did not meet any of its year 2020 environmental goals, such as reducing car travel and increasing energy efficiency. In fact, despite having great potential, 1/3 of the country is a desert, for solar electricity, Israel's share of renewable energy is only second to last among the OECD countries. When it comes to the transportation sector, the second largest contributor to GHG emissions in Israel is car travel. In fact, Israel travel increased by 25%, where the OECD goal was a reduction of 20%. But we also need to be optimistic. Israel is only 75 years old. For reference, when this city, Boston, was 75 years old, the place where you currently sit was still underwater, part of the muddy banks of the Charles River, and Israel still have a long way to go. And so let's go back to my visit in February 2020. A few weeks after they left, the world turned upside down, and quite frankly, I completely forgot about that visit. I was too busy disinfecting my groceries. But they did not forget. And over the next 2 years, when we moved from meeting in a room to meeting on Zoom, we devised a plan to bring city science approach to problem solving with the unique geography, demographics, and climate of the Israeli Negev. We call this initiative NUR, which the initials of Negev Urban Research, but also doubles in Hebrew and Arabic as bright light, which by now you all understand is the governing environmental element impacting everything in that region of the world. At this point, I would like to invite Nati, the head of the Negev School of Architecture and one of our lead collaborators, to share with you some of the ideas we have for NUR.
Hi. NUR aims to lead in climate innovation globally. Operating within the world's desert belt, NUR is a real-life laboratory of science and technology. Our mission is to advance climate technologies and sustainable solutions for arid regions in the following fields: technological solutions around production, storage, decentralization of energy systems from natural resources, new approach to desert agriculture for food production and medical applications, water treatment, desalination, and efficient irrigation, and finally, enabling access to services in rural and informal areas. That includes health, education, culture, and connectivity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nati. So we started with our third floor, and let's go back to that demo space. So over the past decade, we've been building tools and processes to help cities understand and better adapt for a change. With Noor, we hope to experiment with some of these technologies in the wild, including generative AI for city planning, large language models for urban mobility, interactive digital twin platforms for traffic and emission analysis, and finally, participatory processes for planning in informal settlements. Now, I want to invite all of you to congratulate Noor in joining our ever-growing City Science Network. This is our 10th lab. And to also invite you to take part and lead your projects and your initiatives in this very unique region of the world. Don't forget to get your sunscreen. Thank you very much.